In this video, I'm going to go over how to create a system image in Windows 10. Now here's the drive I'll be using, the F drive. It's an external drive, and I've taken a partition from it and formed another drive which I'm calling my system image, and that's where the system image for this computer will be downloaded. You don't have to do that. You can just take a regular external drive. Make sure that you have enough space. Now, there's a few ways to get this done. Some long ways and some shorter ways. This thing is to go to the control panel, click on it, and then on the far right, file history, click on that. If it's set by categories, go ahead and set it to either small or large icons on the upper right there in the drop down menu. And then here we have it at the bottom left. Click on System Image Backup. And then finally there on the top left, create a system image. And then it's going to scan your computer to check for it. And there it found my external drive. My system image has 48.73 gigabytes. Now I kind of rehauled this computer, reset it some time ago, so I don't have much data on it. You might have quite a bit, so the process might take longer, but this is the drives. The drives are required for Windows to run, will be included by default. You can include the drive that you are saving the backup to. Okay, so notice the ones that are clicked, System Reserved, and the C drive. Those are usually the ones by default. You can include others that are there, but do not include the one where you're saving it to, obviously. And then we're going to click on Next here. Again, review the data there. And I usually don't do this, but I'm doing a voiceover. So if I'm a little bit out of sync here, I apologize. So click on Next, and then again, it shows you the drive is going to be copied to. And again, the default drives that will be copied to that external drive. And then we click on Start Backup. And then it starts to save it. And this will take a while, depending on the data that you have. Like I said, I don't have much on mine, but if you have, say, 200, 300 gigabytes of stuff on your C drive, then it's going to take a lot longer. But typically, expect this to take somewhere within an hour and a half to 3 hours, anywhere, depending on how much you have. I do want to tell you that the best time to do a system image is when your computer is fairly new and you have everything, all your programs loaded and so forth. Because keep in mind that the system image takes a picture of the way your computer is at that particular time. So if you have any malware or viruses, that's going to be included. Now once it finishes the download of your files, it says, do you want to create a system repair disk? I did that in an earlier video, and that's if your computer is really bad and you can't boot. This will help you boot your computer to the troubleshoot section of Windows 10. And I've already done that, so I checked no. If you haven't done one, check yes, or first put a diskette or a DVD in your drive and do it, or a USB. For the repair disk, you need around anywhere from 4 to 8 gigabytes, depending. For the system image, like I said, it depends on your the data you have. You might need an external drive with 200 or more gigabytes of memory. Okay, so here I'm going to show you where it was copied. So there it is, my system image. It's copied to that partition that I have there. So it took about 36, 37 gigabytes. I had 49 gigabytes total. I knew I didn't need that much since this computer is just reset it a few months ago, so it didn't have much data on there. Okay. And then you can take your external drive out, unplug it, store it away somewhere when you need it. Now, should you need it, you go to All Settings, and then to Recovery here. And then here, you have an option to reset your computer. And that's what I did to the one I'm on right now. This computer I'm using right now is over 10 years old. And I reset it, fresh install of Windows, wiped everything out, and it's running like new right now. But if you're going to retrieve the system image, you'll get a click under Advanced Startup here. Where's this? Right there. Start up from a device or disk. Change Windows startup settings or restore Windows from a system image. This will restart your PC. So again, I'm not going to do it here because if I do, it restarts my computer and I lose my files. But anyway, here are the instructions that you'll follow if your computer gets corrupted and it's not running fast enough for you. You can go ahead and restore it to the exact same way it was when you did the image. But keep in mind that if you had any viruses, any malware and so forth, when you created that system image, those are going to be put back into the computer. So before you do a system image, you want to make sure that your computer is nice and clean. Okay, scan it for viruses before you do the image. Clean up your disks and so forth. Remove any programs that you don't need. Uninstall them. Remove temporary files that aren't needed. But again, the time you want to do it really is when the computer is fairly new, because you know it's in good condition then. So anyway, pause the video here if you want to read this a little bit closer. It's still on there for a while, so you should have plenty of time to read this. And hopefully you won't need to do this. You create the system image as a precaution, just in case your computer gets corrupted and so forth. But that's going to conclude this video, and hope it helps you in the future.